Snooze babes, how the freak you doing today? Today we're going to be doing another Is It Good? You know how it goes? Let's get into it. Also, before we get into it, I just want to give a shout out to Seabad. He has a great overlay on one of his videos, and I saw it and I loved it so much that I thought I would make one that looked really similar to it to fit it to my needs. I thought it makes it look, I just think the look is so much cleaner and way more professional, and so I love it. But I wanted to give credit while credit is due, and Seabad, you have amazing, if you're watching this, you have amazing overlays, and I hope you don't mind that I got my idea for mine from you. So today the subject for Is It Good is going to be Entei. Now, Entei has been a Pokemon that has been rarely seen in VGC. I can only remember seeing it one time ever being used in a high tier competitive format, and I don't even remember what year that was. If you do, let me know, because I don't remember, but I do remember somebody using Entei. I saw it on stream once. But it is going to be one of the returning Pokemon in the Crown Tundra DLC. Now, I know it is technically another legendary that is returning, and I think people are really tired of learning about the legendaries, but I think this one's pretty cool because Entei has really never been used, and I think it'd be cool to see it used in a format, like, unironically. Now, Entei is going to be a little bit more usable in the Crown Tundra, and I'll tell you why. So Entei has the hidden ability Inner Focus, and we've never really been able to get the ability Hidden Focus because it's been its hidden ability. But with the new hidden ability tag that has been confirmed for the Crown Tundra, we can now get Inner Focus on Entei. And with the Inner Focus buff in Generation 8, he is now immune to Intimidate and Fake Out, Flinching, all that good stuff. So I think Entei has a pretty good buff here. So because of Inner Focus getting buffed, I think people will be mostly using physical Entei. I don't think there is really any reason you should run special Entei. It's not terrible, but with Inner Focus being immune to Intimidate, I think the physical move is just the physical moveset is just going to be way better. So I think the most common natures you'll see on Entei is Adamant if they're running a more slower, bulky Entei that can take a little bit more hits, or Jolly if they're just going max speed, max attack, trying to hit as fast and as hard as they can. Its two abilities are Pressure. I misspelled Pressure. Don't yell at me, okay? And Inner Focus. Inner Focus, I think, is going to be 100% the ability you're going to be using on Entei if you're going to be using Entei. There's no reason to not to. It's just way better than Pressure in every way. Some of the items I think we're going to see on Entei are going to be Life Orb, so that it can still use Protect but hit hard. Choice Band for the 4 attack Enteis. Assault Vest, I think, for those bulkier Enteis that I was talking about earlier. Choice Scarf for a cleanup Pokemon, and Focus Sash if you just want to make sure it can take a really hard hit, with Dynamax being a factor. It actually has really good stats, so it has a 580 base stat total, 115 HP base, 115 attack base, 85 defense base, 90 special attack base, 75 defense base, and 100 speed. So it actually has really good stats. Great speed tier, great HP, great attack, and with that HP, its defenses are actually pretty good, with 85 and 75 respectively. It's going to be able to take a couple hits, as long as they're not super effective or a super effective max move. That's going to be its biggest issue. Some of the most common moves I think we're going to see on Entei is going to be Sacred Fire. Sacred Fire, if you don't know, has a 50% chance to burn its opponent, which is huge. Like, we all know how annoying Scald can be when it burns your Pokemon seemingly 100% of the time. Well, this cranks it up a notch. Sacred Fire is going to be burning a lot. It's going to be burning a lot and a lot of things. It's going to be it's signature to Entei and Ho-Oh. Like, it's going to be so good. I think Sacred Fire, Stomping Tantrum, because that's good. That'll help with some of Entei's weaknesses, hitting those rock types. Extreme Speed, and you may have to correct me on this. It might be an event move, so I don't know if Entei itself will have access to this in the Crown Tundra. If it does, that'll be great. If not, then we'll probably see that replaced with maybe Protect. And then the fourth move is Iron Head. It gives it a way to boost its defenses if it max, as well as another way to hit those rock types. And then if extreme speed is in there, then we'll probably see Iron Head and Protect put in there, you know, depending on the moveset. The most common EV spread I think we're going to see for Entei is just going to be max speed, max attack. Having 100 speed lets you outspeed quite a few things in the meta game, and I think people are going to want to go max speed, max attack, just try to hit as hard as they can with Life Orb or Focus Sash. I personally, I think I would personally use this EV spread the most. I wouldn't really want my Entei to be incredibly bulky unless I had a reason for it or it was just going down too much. But if that's the case, if my Focus Sash isn't used, I would just put a Focus Sash on it and move on. So Entei, being a pure fire type, is only going to be weak to ground, water, and rock. So ground, water, and rock are actually going to be truly troublesome for Entei because they're some of the most popular types coming into the Crown Tundra. As you can see under its competition, Landorus is going to be coming back. Now, Landorus can't intimidate Entei, but Entei doesn't have really anything to hit it. It can Sacred Fire and hope for a burn, or Iron Head and try to boost its defenses with a Max Steel Spike. But besides that, it doesn't have a whole lot of answers. The move pool of Entei is actually pretty shallow, so it's limited on what it can cover. Bulky water types like Gyarados, Primarina, Lapras, they're going to be really hard for Entei to deal with, resisting its fire moves except for Lapras, but Lapras always Dynamaxes and it's not going to take much. And most of the water types are special, so they don't care about getting burned, and if they're physical like Gyarados, they're going to have a Lumberry. So it's going to be hard for Entei to deal with those, as well as the dragon types resisting fire. Dragapult's going to be very difficult. Dragon Knight's going to be difficult. Salamence, Garchomp, those Pokemon are going to give Entei some trouble. And Tyranitar, you have Iron Head and Stomping Tantrum, but Tyranitar will usually Dynamax and it can take a Max Steel Spike from an Entei, no problem, and hit back with a +2 because it's usually weakness policy, Max Rockfall. You're also going to have competition from other fire types. I think if people are looking for a fire type to put on their team, they're going to use something like Incineroar or Arcanine. We don't see very much use of fire types outside of those two, especially in this metagame. Maybe Volcarona if you want some redirection, but it's very uncommon. So to put Entei on your team, you're going to have a reason to put it on, I feel like. It's a very solid fire type. It's faster than Arcanine and Incineroar, but it doesn't have Intimidate, it doesn't have Fake Out, things like that. It could be used as a utility Pokemon, but I think Entei and Incineroar really use those roles way better than Entei does. Entei is going to be more for damage, but a lot of people like to play more defensively and passive with their defensive fire types. So overall, I would give Entei a score of 7 out of 10. I think Entei definitely has a place. I think with Inner Focus and the access to Inner Focus with the hidden ability patch, Entei has been given new life. It has been given an opportunity to make an impact in the metagame, but I think it will overall be good at best and not meta defining. Definitely has a place, but it's not the best Pokemon returning in the Crown Tundra. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about Entei and if you think I'm wrong or if I'm underhyping it. I think it could be very strong. Its attack stat at 115 is amazing, and it has great HP and speed. Burning things is going to be really great. We'll have to see how the meta shakes out to see if Entei really has time to shine. Guys, let me know in the comments which Pokemon you'd like me to look at next before the Crown Tundra releases on the 22nd, and I'll see you in the next one.